I'm very angry because my wife was only 46 years old. Okay, I'm going to talk just about my wife. I love my mother. Oh, I love my mother with all my heart and soul, but I'm going to just talk about my wife in this video. She's only 46 years old. She did nothing wrong. My wife, she worked during 9/11. She worked during the World Trade Center attacks. She was told, so many families were told that the air quality was okay to work. She continued to work in Lower Manhattan for years and developed cancer of no fault of her own. So many families were affected because of 9/11. It should never happen that day. We'll never forget that day. I pray for all the families that were affected. God bless all the families. But this is why I get upset. I say to myself, people say that's an act of man. They'll say, you can't blame God. You can't blame God. That was all mankind. But here's where I get confused. I hear a lot of people say things to me, so many different cases, oh, I had a surgery. I made it through. God helped me, or I couldn't get a job. And then I got that job. I was praying to God. God heard my prayers. God helped me get the job, or whatever the case may be. So is God selective? See, this is the thing I'm trying to understand, because people will say God doesn't get involved. But then people will give him credit when something good happens. They'll give him credit. They'll say, thank you, God. Thank you for getting me through the surgery. Thank you for getting me that job. Or, I prayed for my baby's recovery, or I prayed for my father or my mother or my aunt or my uncle, whatever the case may be. But the thing is that you're praying for God for help, right? I prayed to God every day and every night for my wife and for my mother. I prayed for my whole family. But let's just talk about my wife. For a month and a half that she was fighting on a ventilator, one time for 5 days, another time for 14 days, I was praying for her. I was praying for my wife when she was on a feeding tube for 35, 36 days. She couldn't eat because she had aspiration pneumonia. She was dealing with too much. She was fighting a battle she couldn't win on her own. Cancer, aspiration pneumonia. She needed help. She needed God. And I prayed, and I was there with her, holding her hand. We were praying together. I was praying to God, help my wife, please help her. My children need her. My children, Sophia's only 11, my daughter. Michael's only 14. They need their mom. I need my wife. She was my partner, my best friend. She was my partner in life. She was my everything, my soulmate. Okay? I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. Unfortunately, she passed away. Now I have to accept it, right? I have no choice. That's it. It's called acceptance. Now you have to accept it. Well, it's hard for me to accept it because she was only 46 years old. Listen to this beautiful instrumental song. I do this all the time. It's got lyrics too. I do first. I do the instrumental and then I do the lyrics. Jennifer, I love her so much. I'm not the same no more. I'm not the same person without my wife. My children are not the same. Our family's not the same. Again, I love my mother, Josephine, with all my heart and soul. But right now, I'm just speaking about my wife, Jennifer. 46 was too young to lose her. 46 was too young, God. She needed you. We needed her. I still do. I'm not the same God. They say God only gives you what you can handle. You gave me too much. You know, you took my wife, my mom in 2 weeks. It's too much. I'm left here alone. That was my whole support system, God. That's the two women, the two people in this world that loved me and loved my children. Now we're not a priority to nobody anymore. That's the truth. Everybody out there, all my friends, family, look, I'm not saying to you that people don't care about us, but we're not priorities. To Jennifer, we were the priority. Jennifer lived her whole life for her children and her husband. We were everything to her, and she was everything to us. Same thing with my mom. We were everything to her, and she was everything to us. And this was too much. This was too much loss. That's why I'm angry at God right now. That was too much loss. You know, it's too much.